Welcome to Danish-InfoNewsTv, your Danish English news. Here's our main headlines. New acting chair at RUC acknowledges Prime Minister's criticism. NSK in major money laundering operation against suspected criminal family network. Man confesses to killing transgender woman. And authorities warns US online pharmacy over Wegovy copy drugs. Now let's begin on Tuesday, September 16. Hash found in school toilet. On Monday, staff at a school in Ringsted found 21 bags of hash in the school toilet, reports TV2 Øst. Police did not find any further drugs at the school, and it has not been possible to determine who the 44 grams of hash belonged to. 60-year-old convicted for comment about Hamas on Facebook. A Facebook comment about Hamas's attack on Israel on October 7, 2023 on Tuesday led to a sentence of 5 months in prison. The court in Nestville found a 60-year-old man guilty of publicly approving of a terrorist attack, the prosecution reports. The sentence was suspended on the condition that the man completes 100 hours of community service. More than 100 cyclists charged in the same spot. On Monday and Tuesday morning, Copenhagen police were present on Godthåbsvej in Frederiksberg near 2 daycare institutions. A significant number of cyclists were charged for riding on the sidewalk both Monday and Tuesday, reports TV2 Cosmopol. To a different story, police seek witnesses after assault at school. East Jutland police are seeking witnesses to an assault that happened Monday afternoon, reports TV2 Østjylland. This happened on an afternoon where a 15-year-old boy was assaulted by 2 unknown perpetrators at the social and healthcare school in North Aarhus. In another case, 31-year-old arrested and charged with aggravated assault. A 31-year-old man was arrested early Tuesday morning and charged with aggravated assault on a 56-year-old man who was found severely injured Sunday morning in his apartment in Esbjerg, according to a press release by the police. This is the third arrest in connection with the assault. On Monday, 2 persons were also arrested and charged with aggravated assault. Another story, owner found stolen goods worth over 1 million in his summer house. A summer house owner in Sabason was shocked to discover stolen goods worth over 1 million krona in his summer house. Police Commissioner Per Johansen told TV2 Nord. The stolen goods consisted of tools unknown to the owner. 4 Polish nationals who had rented the summer house are charged with the theft. Novo Nordisk enters new phase with weight loss drug. Novo Nordisk is moving into dedicated phase 3 trials with its weight loss drug, Cregilintide, which for some patients could be an alternative to Wegovy. The Danish pharmaceutical company announced the step Tuesday when results were presented at a conference in Vienna. To another main story, new acting chair at RUC acknowledges Prime Minister's criticism. As earlier mentioned, Forkammer becomes acting chair of RUC after Carsten Toft Boesen resigned over the foreign students' admission controversy. Now, Forkammer has taken over as acting chair. The criticized strategy, which brought many students from Bangladesh to improve finances, will end with the closure of RUC's Business Administration and Leadership Master's program in 2026. She admits university should have acted sooner and pledges closer cooperation with the government on foreign admissions. More on this story on our upcoming special report on RUC controversy, Bangladeshi students, program closure, and political fallout coming up on September 21st. Now to Wednesday, September 17th. Man sentenced to prison and expulsion from Denmark. A 37-year-old Siberian citizen was Thursday sentenced at Svendborg Court to 3 years and 3 months in prison for stabbing a taxi driver multiple times with a knife in January of 2025. In addition to prison, he was expelled from Denmark with a 6 years re-entry ban, reports Funen police. Elderly advocacy group raises alarm over neglect. In a press release, the Danish association Ældre Sagen raised the alarm after nearly 200 reports of neglect due to staff shortages. insufficient skills, and political under-prioritization. The testimonies were collected between July 2024 and July 2025 and are being delivered today to the Parliament's Elderly Committee. Man stabbed in Copenhagen refuses to say what happened. Copenhagen police responded Wednesday to an incident in which a man was stabbed near Skjoldsplads in Copenhagen. Police Chief Annette Ostenfeldt told Ekstrabladet that it is being clarified whether the man was stabbed by others or stabbed himself. The person does not wish to make a statement. To a different case, thousands of illegal puff bars seized. Southeast Jutland police have seized nearly 18,000 illegally imported puff bars in Fredericia, reported on X. A large number of empty puff bar boxes were also found, bringing the case total to about 20,000 units. A 32-year-old man is charged. To another case, man charged with harassing politician Inger Støjberg on highway. Police have located the man suspected of trying to force politician Inger Støjberg's car into a guardrail on a motorway near Ringsted a week ago. Mid and West Zealand police say the man has been questioned and charged under the Road Traffic Act. Another story. Man charged with extensive shoplifting. A 36-year-old man is charged with 24 counts of aggravated theft totaling about 150,000 krona, according to the Mid and West Zealand police log. He is accused of stealing mainly duvets, meat, coffee and alcohol from shops across Zealand. In court, he confessed to most of the charges. Now to one of our main stories. NSK in major money laundering operation against suspected family network. 13 people were arrested Tuesday as part of a large coordinated police action against organized money laundering. In cooperation with several police districts, German police and customs authorities. The 11 men and 2 women are related to each other and are charged with the laundering of 20 million krona through a complex international setup. Several are also charged with document forgery. NSK believes the group is a part of a family network collaborating with other organized criminals. Leading Police Inspector Michael Kjærgaard said, "Today's arrests are the result of a lengthy investigation into a suspected criminal family network that we believe facilitated millions in money laundering." For other organized criminals in Denmark, "I am satisfied that we have stopped their criminal operations which cause the great harm to the society and undermine our rules and legal structures." Police searched several addresses nationwide and seized over 1 million krona in cash. 8 suspects are set to appear in court in Odense Wednesday morning. Prosecutors will request closed-door hearings. Back to one of our main stories. Authorities warn U.S. online pharmacies after Wegovy copies. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has sent a warning letter to the online pharmacy Hims & Hers, accusing it of making false or misleading claims about Wegovy copied drugs. According to Bloomberg and MarketWire, the FDA says the company marketed compounded versions of semaglutide as FDA approved when they are not. To news from Thursday, September 18. Doping, hash and weapons found at a biker clubhouse. According to East Jutland police log, on Wednesday morning found illegal items at a clubhouse of the biker group Comanches in Viby, Jol. Outside officers stopped a 19-year-old man leaving the clubhouse, finding several doping units in his pockets. The discovery led police to search the clubhouse, where they found a small amount of hash and an antique sword. A 20 and a 52-year-old were charged. To a different story. 21-year-old resident at asylum center charged with drug driving. A 21-year-old resident at Kærshulgård was charged Thursday night with driving without a license and under the influence of drugs. Local police reported to Herning TV Midwest. The car belonged to a 44-year-old man from North Jutland who is also charged for lending the vehicle to an unlicensed driver. To another case, middleman convicted for 100 kilos of cocaine. A 27-year-old man from Lolland was Thursday sentenced to 14 years in prison for possession of 100 kilos of cocaine. reports the National Unit for Special Crime (NSK). The court in Glostrup found that he acted as a middleman for a drug organization smuggling large amounts of cocaine into Denmark. Another case, 40-year-old convicted of rape at Roskilde Festival. A 40-year-old Romanian man was Thursday found guilty of raping a 22-year-old woman at Roskilde Festival in 2022. He was sentenced to 2 years and 9 months in prison and permanently expelled from Denmark. Call for surveillance in shopping street to stop shoplifters. Shoplifting is rising in the city center of Nykøbing Falster, reports Folketidene. City Association Voice Nykøbing wants surveillance cameras installed in the pedestrian street to curb theft. All types of shops are hid, clothing, perfume, and bookstore. We want police to be able to track thieves moving from shop to shop, said Director Andrea Andersen. Installation must be approved by police and Guldborgsund municipality. Now to some of today's news, Friday, September 19. 19-year-old charged with murder after brutal assault. A 19-year-old man has been charged with murder by Copenhagen police, reports Ritzau. He is accused of taking part in a brutal assault in Vigerslev, Copenhagen, last September, in which a 17-year-old boy was killed. He denies the charges. To a different case, victim struck with hammer, 5 people sentenced to prison. 3 men and 2 women aged 24 to 31 have been convicted of unlawful deprivation of liberty and aggravated assault in Ishøj and Hedehusene, reports Copenhagen Vestegn Police. The victim was struck with a hammer. The men were sentenced to 2 years in prison each, while the women received suspended sentences of 8 months. One of them was expelled from Denmark with a 6-year re-entry ban. Mother and daughter found dead in same home. 2 elderly women were found dead Thursday evening at an address in Hamel, reports East Jutland Police on X. According to Ritzau, the deceased are a 94-year-old mother and her 69-year-old daughter who live together. Police do not currently suspect foul play, but autopsies will determine the cause of death. 3 charged after 21-year-old found unconscious. 3 men aged 21 to 22 from Greater Copenhagen have been charged with assaulting a 21-year-old man, who was found unconscious with several head trauma on Ny Østergade in Copenhagen August 10. Police had appealed for witnesses, reports TV2 Cosmopol. Now to the last of our main stories. Man confesses to killing transgender woman. A 34-year-old man confessed in Frederiksberg court to stabbing a 42-year-old transgender woman to death at Hotel Scandic in Sydhavn on July 9 last year. He was deemed insane at the time and sentenced to indefinite psychiatric commitment. The victim was killed with multiple stab wounds after the perpetrator, high on drugs and sleep-deprived, hallucinated she was a demon. He stated the killing was unrelated to the victim's gender identity. After the killing, he went home, showered, and turned himself in to police. The court followed both prosecutor and defense counsel's recommendation as well as the forensic counsel's advice. The convicted man must also pay 132,000 krona in compensation to the victim's mother in Spain. From university reforms and police crackdowns to tragic crimes and global drug oversight, these stories show the wide range of challenges currently shaping the debate in Denmark. Subscribe now and get the news delivered straight to you.